Hello, welcome to Mads Creates. I'm Madeline. I sound sick because I am sick. I look wet because I just showered. Mind your business. I'm too impatient to let my hair dry. Anyway, I went to Walmart yesterday and I got these 2 cones of cotton yarn so that I can attempt to make myself a top. Now, I have some big biddies. They are larger than normal, and that is due to the fact that I have a 4mm benign tumor on my pituitary gland that caused my hormones to become unbalanced. The last time I was actually fitted for a bra, I was probably I think I had just turned 18, and I went in and they gave me a 38K. Now my band size is like a 37, so I have to size up, and sizing down would just be too tight unless I stretch it out. But I'm going to attempt to make myself a bralette top. Sorry, I'm gonna have to make some pretty thick straps so it's more supportive, because one row of single crochet, or one row of a chain and a slip stitch back is not gonna cut it. I will be following PassioKnit Kelsie's tutorial on how to make the cups. I'll probably make her a Boob top and see if I have any left over to make another top. I'm gonna start with the green. This is Limeade, Peaches and Cream. I'm pretty sure in her tutorials she tells you to use a 5mm crochet hook. I will be using a 4.5mm. Yeah, they have loose tension. In her basic cup tutorial, she tells you to chain, I think it's 12 for a size A and a B cup, and then just increase two chains for each cup size that goes up. For a K, I would need 30. I think I'm either gonna do 28 or 26 just to see if that is better or if that works. If not, I'll just take the whole thing apart and redo it. I'm not opposed to doing that because I want something that's cute and that fits me, because in the fashion industry, a large chest and an average waist don't exist. Actually, I just recently found bras that actually fit. Secret time. I haven't been able to wear a bra in over 2 years comfortably because the wire digs, my back always hurts. So the bra that I got fitted for when I was 18, I mutilated it by cutting the wire out and trimming the sides. I don't remember what I was saying. People were walking in and out. I live in a house with 5 people now instead of 3. I think I'm actually going to do 26 chains instead of 28 just because this is pretty long, but I mean there will be shrinkage because, you know, yarn does that. I've measured it up to my chest. You're supposed to measure from under your bust to your nip, and I feel like that's still really big, but this is really big. Okay, actually I'm gonna do 24. If it's too small, that's gonna suck. I'll have to redo it. But I mean, it's probably only gonna take me 30 minutes to an hour to make a cup. What else am I gonna be doing? Nothing. Oh no, I will be making her sneak a peek top because I have too much boobage to do a peekaboob. Too much will be hanging out. I will not be wearing that around other people because I don't want them to see that my goodies. Okay, in her pattern, like, I cannot accurately measure my chest. It's really hard. But her pattern says 48 to 50 inches is a double XL and 44 to 46 inches is an XL. I'm sitting right at 47 inches. So my underbust is 37, my bust is 47. I think I'm gonna go with the XL, which is a chain of 25, but I think I'm gonna do 26 just because. Just gonna have to remember to add probably 1 extra chain. Okay, we're just gonna make her XL 44 to 46 inches. I'm more like 47 inches, but they'll squish. So I guess I'll just start to follow her pattern. Alright, since I am in between sizes, I'm going to chain 27 instead of 29 or 25, which is what her pattern calls for, and I'm gonna hope for the best. Alright, I have changed my mind. The way that she works up her sneak a peek top is not making individual cups. I wasn't paying attention to that, so I will be making her lily top. I will be adding thicker straps to her lily top and figuring that out because that one looks easier. I have done 20 rows and I believe this part is a little too long. It's just too long by about 2 or 3 stitches, so I'm gonna take all this apart and redo it. I started this around 3 p.m. It is now 6:30. I did have other things to do, so that took up some time, but hopefully I will have a cup, not an A cup, but a cup done tonight. Alright, it is 1 p.m. the next day, June 16th. I have both of my cups done. I got one done last night, and then I started one early, like midnight to 1 a.m. I got about 20 rows done, and then I finished up this morning. Still sick, still have a cold. I have decided I'm no longer going to be following any tutorials. I followed the basic tutorial on how to make the cup from PassioKnit Kelsie. I will link that in the description. And now I'm just going to be winging it. I'm gonna be freehanding like straps and part that goes over my midriff. Yeah, so let's see what I come up with. And then I've barely used any of this cone, so I will be able to get more than one top out of these cones. So I think I will follow the I think I might follow her sneak a peek top after this, but I don't know how well it's gonna fit, so it doesn't hurt to try. If I have to undo everything, so be it. I'm going to get started on attaching the cups. Like, do you see how large these are? These are embarrassingly large. They fit though, and I still have spillage on either side that I have to make the straps. Like, look at this. I fill it out. That's embarrassing. If you think you want large tatas, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Especially natural ones. Alright, let's get started on the connecting them. So I'm planning on doing just a basic solid under bust midriff section, and I know I want about 3 extra inches to extend off of this end and be wider for the midriff, so it kind of wraps around my back a little bit. So I'm just going to chain a little bit and then attach my yarn to the bottom of the cup, and then I'm going to be attaching both the cups without any chain spaces in between. Maybe 1 or 2. You know, I'll do 1 chain space in between. That's about a little over 3 inches, but there will be shrinkage, you know. Yeah, that's 3.5 inches. This will definitely shrink up to 3 after I start single crocheting into it. And then I'm going to just attach it to my cup, single crochet all the way along, and then how many chains is this actually? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I will chain 13 on the other side as well. And then for my straps, I'm planning on doing about 4 rows of single crochet because I need this support. I need that extra. It is a much later in the evening. It's 10:40, well, 10:38. I had some shit to do today, so I worked for like 4 hours maybe, but I have this much done of my bottom band. I'm going to keep going until it reaches probably 5 or 6 inches, and then I will be adding little like large openings on the side because I've decided I'm gonna do a super thick strap. I'm just gonna lace it through these little openings that I make and tie it that way because that makes the most sense to me. Trying to make this functional as well as, you know, cute. So I'm gonna finish this up and I will be back tomorrow. Okay, it is the next day. I've decided I am going to go with my original idea. I'm going to make kind of like halter top straps, maybe like cross in the back. Racerback, that's what it's called. Racerback straps. And so it's Monday today, the 17th. I've just posted my, using my leftover yarn from the rug tapestry, and you know how people love to comment like first or stuff. I'm gonna cry. This person is so nice. Said, first, you're gonna be a great crocheter. I can already tell, just keep going. I already subscribed and other people will do eventually too. Like, that is so kind. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed already. Like, there's not many of you. There's under 300 right now. Thank you so much to everybody who watches my videos and appreciates them and can take away something from them or is just even entertained by them. Anyway, I decided to go back with my original idea. I am going to add some more rows, starting the straps down here, and then I do have to do about 20 inches to the back. I might do 19 because it'll stretch a tiny bit, and then I'm going to do just the regular corset lace up with a chain and just loop it through, well, a chain and a slip stitch all the way back. I did only end up doing about 4¼ inches for the band instead of 5 or 6. I hope this turns out good and I hope it fits me because it's not very sturdy and I can't like fully measure it up to my body very well. I'm just gonna keep crocheting. I will be back shortly to show you how I did the straps. Alright, I have slip stitched from here to here so that it's not too bulky when I add my straps, and I did leave these stitch markers at the very top so that I could know which is my actual top stitch. I'm just gonna slip stitch into that one, don't need the stitch marker anymore, and then I'm going to chain enough to cross my, oh my god, this is huge, the chain enough to cross over the back, and it's going to go into this stitch marker here, 4 from the edge, so that I can have 4 rows, and I'm just gonna work my way back and forth until I have my strap, and then in the end when I've done the other strap I'm going to make the slip stitch chain for the corset tie. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Okay, so I ended up only chaining 60. I do plan on the straps actually like stretching out, so it is a little shorter than I want it to be right now, but you know, tatas are heavy, so it will stretch out. And once again, I'm crocheting in the back bumps of everything. I've been doing that for, 6 months now. I have never gone back to chaining any other way. It just looks so much better. This is what the top of my chain looks like, and this is what the bottom looks like because we're crocheting in the back bump. It just looks so good. Alright, I apologize if you can hear the ceiling fan. It is a little noisy every now and then. But I finished my straps and found that there wasn't enough like support in the center pulling them together, so I followed another one of PassioKnit Kelsie's tutorials, and it was the pineapple top or whatever. I just followed the center to make the actual pineapple going up, and I modified the last 2 stitches, but this is how it looks. Gorgeous. She's a genius. She could really write a pattern, but look at that. And since there are these thick straps, there's 4 extra rows on this side so that my side boobage should be cupped and pulled towards the center. And then all that's left now is to chain and slip stitch back down to make the corset tie straps. So after that we can try it on, see how it fits. Hopefully it looks good and it fits well. The only thing that might be wrong with it is the cups might be the slightest bit too large, but we will see. Alright, I finished my top and I tried it on, and the only adjustments that I have to make are to these straps, which I did not weave the ends into so I could easily take them apart and redo them. All I have to do is make them about an inch shorter, and then it'll be like perfect. I will be back when I do that and show you guys the finished result. So earlier, I already took one of the straps off. Earlier when I said I was starting down here, working my way up, I'm now gonna start right here and chain. I think I'm gonna chain probably 50 or 55. Then I'm gonna come back, work over my work and do that shit. But I'm gonna start in this corner up here so it's less work. I don't have to work into those slip stitches, and yeah, it's just gonna look a little bit better. Alright, this is not related to making the top at all. Today I'm trying Wingstop for the first time. I never ate out as a kid. Like, we would maybe go out and eat at fast food restaurants 2 or 3 times a year. I've never had Wingstop, I've never had Chili's, I've never had like Red Lobster, There's a lot of fast food stuff that I haven't tried, but their ranch is just like the Slim Chickens that we have here in my county. Like, if you haven't had Slim Chickens, it's literally just a fried chicken place, and I got their classic like hot or whatever, something that's close to buffalo. I don't know, I didn't order it, but they were running a sale today. It's like 70 cents per wing, so I got 15, and this ranch is so good. Like, I'm not even using it to dilute the spiciness, it just tastes so good. I'll try a bite without any ranch to see how spicy it is. It's not at all spicy. I probably should have gotten something a little spicier, but you know, I'm going for flavor. This is so good. I've heard of Wingstop. I've seen people like do like mukbangs or like eating in their car or whatever, but I've never had it. It's my first time trying it. So good. Yeah, I'm like halfway through my chicken right now. The best thing about this is the ranch. I've had better chicken, but this ranch. Alright, I have finished my top. I redid my straps. They are 5 chains shorter in the back, and I also adjusted the strap placement because originally I had it on the end right here, the last 4 stitches, but when I went to tighten it in the back, there's only like this much space between the edges when I lace it up, so I moved my straps over closer to this edge to hopefully make it more crossy in the back. I do have just under 5 grams of yarn, 4.75 right here, that I was able to remove from the straps, and instead of about an inch shorter, they're almost 2 inches shorter, because when 5 chains get stretched out, that's that much space. That's about 2 inches. I don't know what I'm going to be able to use this for. I do plan on making a matching bucket hat, like a granny square bucket hat, one that I've also seen PassioKnit Kelsie do. If you can't tell by now, I love her. She is so good at what she does. I am going to make a granny square bucket hat and see what I have left, because I think I have just over 4 ounces of yarn left, so I know that'll definitely be able to make a hat, but I don't know what else it'll be able to make. I'm gonna try this on, and I also, once again, I did not weave in the tail to my straps yet, just in case I have to redo them again, but I'm gonna try this on and hopefully that fixed it and it is a lot more supportive. Okay, but like, it is a little bit, the starting chain is a little tight, so I do want to like stretch it out a little bit because it kind of pushing on my collarbones, but do you see this? Look at the pineapple. Look how good this looks. Alright, I've only ever bought 1 cone before this. It was Lily Sugar and Cream. It was a black cone, but that's a knot. That's a factory knot in my cone, and I don't know how far. Oh, this is probably 8 feet. I'm obviously not going to use the first 8 feet since I cut it off last. Just hit a knot. Like, you can't tie cotton yarn in knots. It just comes apart. So, I didn't even have to cut it apart. I just pulled it. Hi, Bean. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You need attention, I know. Yeah. Yeah, so that 8-ish feet of yarn is almost 2 grams. It says 1.75 grams. I definitely have enough left to make at least probably 2 bucket hats, honestly, but I'm only gonna make 1, and then I gotta figure out what I want to make after that. Maybe a market bag, probably. If I make a market bag, I'd obviously have to sell it because I wouldn't use it. Let's get started on making this bucket hat. I will link the tutorial in the cards and also in the description as well. I'll be able to get this done today. It is 2:47 right now, 2:48, and I will be back with some clips. At this point I'm just rambling. I am so tired right now. Okay, first things first about her pattern. She does a chain 4 slip stitch instead of a magic ring. I'm doing a magic ring. I used the 4.5mm to make this, but I need to size up and do a 5mm because hers measures in at 5.5 inches and mine measures in at just under 5 inches. So if I size up, it'll be bigger and it'll be better. But yeah, got this far. It's not even, yeah, it definitely needs to be bigger. So I will use my 5mm. If not, I might have to size up to a 5.5. So, alright, I'll be back when I redo this. I haven't even finished remaking this, measuring this out. It's still 5 inches So what I'm going to do is I'm going to size back down to my 4.5, and then I'm going to repeat rows 4 and 5 for rows 6 and 7, so that I'll have 7 rows on the top instead of 5, because I don't know why, it's just still too tight. Like, I have pretty loose tension. I can already tell it's gonna be too big, so restarting for the 4th time now, I'm going to size up to a 5.5mm hook and try it from there. I got so far. Alright, this is a change of scenery. I'm at my boyfriend's house right now. I finished my bucket hat last night. It looks pretty... I dropped it. Looks pretty cute. And then I have this much yarn left, and it's about 2 ounces left on here, maybe. I'm trying to weigh it like with the cone, and then I weighed my other cone, and then I weighed the thingy, because the cone is supposed to weigh 14 ounces, but I weighed it and it was 15.2, and so that's 1.2 ounces that this cardboard tube cone should weigh. And I weighed this, and that should work out to about 2 ounces left. So I can't really make anything else with this. Like, I might be able to make a crossbody phone holder with it, and that's it, but I definitely won't be able to make another hat, because the Granny Square bucket hat weighs 3 ounces, or about 85 grams. So yeah, and then with my little extra that I have stuffed in there, I can tie those on, and with that it's about, including the cone, that's 103 grams. So I should definitely have enough to make a crossbody bag, little phone holder. And then I also brought a bunch of different yarn over, because I'm staying for like 2 days, and I think I'm just gonna make a bunch of bucket hats with the other color yarn that I got, the other cotton, and probably sell those. They're probably gonna sit in inventory for way too long, and I might give one of them away, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna get started on finishing this cone and start another one. I also brought acrylic yarn over to make some bags that I made a while ago, but I stopped making those because I stopped making those because I started doing my rug tapestry, and now I'm going back to the bags. Alright, today is June 23rd. It is Sunday. I'm pretty sure I started this, I don't know, somewhere in the video I said June 16th. I don't know what day that was. But I am back from my boyfriend's. So he had just bought a cheap little pool, and he put that up in his backyard, and we went swimming. And one of his neighbors came over, and, well, actually the next door neighbor, she was standing on the back porch, and she's like, "Oh, what are you knitting?" I said, "I'm crocheting a bucket hat," because I did make a bucket hat with this color. Little man? Let go. Let go. No. He did this last night too. Anyway, she was like, "Oh, is that what you were crocheting the day before?" Because she was out there 2 days in a row, and she was asking, like, just talking and chatting. And I was like, "Oh no, I made a crossbody phone holder." That's what I was making. Because, you know, I don't always wear pants with pockets. Oh my goodness, you were in timeout. She was like, "Oh, how much would you charge for one of those? Because my mom, we always tell her to keep her phone on her, but she keeps setting it down." I was like, "Oh, you know, like $15? I'm gonna list them on my website for $25. I should have told her $25, because it takes more than an hour to make one, and I want to be paid, you know, $15 an hour. So yeah, I told her I'd make her one for $15, and I was like, "I have a green one already made, or I can make one in this color." And she's like, "It doesn't matter, just whenever, like, whatever color." So I think I'm gonna give her this color. Let me grab the bucket hats, and I will show those to you, and then I'm gonna... Oh, I forgot. So I had my little scraps of the green yarn, and I didn't have enough to make anything with it. So I was like, I can make a coaster, and my boyfriend was like, "Yeah, I'll use a coaster." So I made him a little circular coaster. I started off the first 2 or 3 rounds, like I did with the actual, like, the Granny Square bucket hat, and then I did a singular row around with double crochet, and then I did a singular row of single crochet after that, and it made the perfect little coaster. This is the little green crossbody holder. I like how the does the cute little stripes. It kind of looks like it's twisting around. This one, it kind of just like looks like regular little stripes. I don't know if I showed you guys this bucket hat on. This is the first one that I made, and now it's the second one that I made. I feel like this one's a little looser, even though I used the same hook for both of them. It's got a little bit of a ruffle to it, kind of like a sun hat. I also did have it folded, so that's probably why it has that crease there. Probably gonna sell this. I need to get little tags for these. Ooh. I can't sell this one. It smells like bonfire. Great. Well, I have to keep that one, but I can make more. So, yeah, it smells like bonfire and sunscreen. Don't crochet around a bonfire. Are you trying to eat my hair? He's just folded. This cat, last time I weighed him, is 12 pounds. Did you know? 2 pounds in a cat is the equivalent to 30 pounds on a human, so he needs to lose 2 pounds. He's giving himself breathing problems. Oh. Ow! Guess he doesn't want his personal information on the internet. My bad. Yeah, he scratched me. That hurt. Little asshole. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this and then I'm probably gonna call the video there, because this vlog has been going on. And then my next video, I'm going to be starting a, someone requested that I show beginners how to create their own tapestries and like what to do it on. I will have to go and read their comment again, but I'm going to be showing in that video how to do it on graph paper, how to do it on an iPad if you have that, because I do, and I paid for Procreate. I think it's just like a $13 one-time fee. It's like $12.99 or something. My iPad was actually a gift for Christmas last year, because I told my mom, because she got an iPad through her work. She earns enough like points from overtime or something, and those points go towards actual like items. Like she can get like Fitbit, she could get iPads, she can get shoes, like backpacks, stuff like that. And I think there's like a whole website where the points go towards. I don't know. She got herself an iPad and she's like, would you guys want an iPad, blah blah blah. I was like, no, I wouldn't really use it. And then, you know, like 5-6 months later I was like, yeah, I actually think I would want an iPad, because I would love to draw on it. It was totally a surprise for Christmas. She got me the iPad. I was not expecting it. She and my sister were able to keep it a good secret, so I was very surprised. It's just the a silver 9th gen, and then I bought the case for it. I bought an off-brand Apple pencil, and I have to use these little rubber tips for it because the paper-like protector it's an off-brand paper-like protector. I believe this is a, not sponsored, Jaden's, is it? No, Jaden's is the brand of my shipping printer. I don't remember what brand this is, but it was only, I think it was 19, no, it was 16 something for the pencil. An extra $10 for 4 of these little screw-on tips, because this is what the inside of it looks like. That's the sensor right there, and that it pushes in and out, and this thing springs it down when you screw it on there, and I can go through one of these little tips in a day. I mean, I probably push way too hard on it. What can I say? So that's why I got the little rubber tips. It came like a pack of 100 for like $5, and they last forever. I've only lost a couple. I still have like a bunch, and mine came with like 103. Yes, I sat there and I counted the little rubber tips to make sure that it had 100 or more. What am I rambling about? I was talking about tapestries. But yeah, I have the app called Procreate on here, and there's a grid you can add, and it's just super fun and pretty simple. But yeah, my next video is going to be me doing the beginner tapestry. I did not forget about the one subscriber who asked. One person asks me something, I'll probably do it. Like, I have a super small audience. Like, there's, I think I last checked, there was like 377 subscribers. That's not a lot compared to a bunch of people, but it also is a lot because I gained almost 200 subscribers in the past week and a half, which is so crazy to me.
And I know it's all because of my tapestry rug video, which was 2 videos ago. The one, somebody commented on that video and asked, like, hey, for beginners like me, would you be able to make a tutorial on how you made your own graph and how you made your own tapestry? I would love to know. I originally learned from Jasek. She's a Canadian YouTuber, and I think I watch her too much because I start saying bag, like, weird, like, very I pronounce the A a lot, like sometimes like right now I'm conscious of how I'm saying it, like bag. See, I don't know if that sounds weird or not. Like my boyfriend always is like, why do you say it like that? I'm like, I'm sorry, it's probably because I watched this Canadian YouTuber and she has a slight accent, but not a huge accent. She has a video that she posted quite a bit ago. I think it was over 6 months ago, at least over 6 months ago. And I was like, how are you making your little tapestry grid thingy? And then I had to look up how to add a grid to my Procreate, which I just Googled and searched on YouTube, and it was pretty easy to do that. And then I put a picture in there, I turned the opacity down, and I just started coloring over the grid and the picture. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this and I'll be back with the outro. That is going to conclude this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, comment if you feel like it, and subscribe for new videos every Monday.